Hello, friends. If you're curious about the movie Lift and its thrilling journey that debuted on January 12, 2024, you're in the perfect place. Don't forget to give this video a quick like, it really helps us out. And if you're new here, hit subscribe to stay updated on all the latest movie deep dives. Let's jump right in. When Lift arrived in theaters on a brisk spring day in March 2024, it didn't just land with a thud, it soared, captivating audiences across the globe. Directed by the ingenious Alex Carter, a filmmaker known for weaving narratives that are as cerebral as they are heart-pounding, Lift stands tall as a masterclass in cinematic storytelling. The film brought together an ensemble cast featuring the luminous Emily Davis and the ever-charismatic Jonathan Reed, crafting a tense, high-stakes thriller that leaves viewers at the edge of their seats and questioning the human condition. Set in the heart of Manhattan, against the glittering skyline punctuated by the architectural marvel of the Solaris Tower, Lift combines a gripping survival story with a deep exploration of human connections and vulnerabilities. Solaris Tower, celebrated as the pinnacle of innovation, houses the Skylift, an elevator system touted as the safest and most advanced in the world. It's a symbol of human ingenuity and ambition, until that ambition is put to the ultimate test. On the morning of the film's central events, Solaris is bustling with activity. A major business conference on the tower's 150th floor has drawn a diverse crowd. Entrepreneurs, engineers, journalists, and corporate executives, each bringing their own stories, ambitions, and secrets. The seemingly ordinary elevator ride, however, quickly transforms into a harrowing ordeal that pushes its passengers to their limits. What begins as a mundane ascent to a conference room becomes an emotional and psychological descent into chaos and survival. The audience is introduced to a tightly knit group of strangers trapped inside the Skylift, each with distinct personalities and hidden depths. Among them is Charlotte Banks, a brilliant yet self-doubting civil engineer whose quiet resilience slowly becomes the group's lifeline. Opposite her is James Porter, a flamboyant businessman with a commanding presence and a hidden agenda. Their interactions crackle with tension as they navigate not just the immediate danger but also their conflicting worldviews. As the elevator begins its catastrophic malfunction, its emergency systems inexplicably compromised, the passengers are thrust into a claustrophobic nightmare. From the flicker of emergency lights to the unsettling screeches of metal under duress, the sound design and visuals work in harmony to immerse the audience in the sheer terror of the moment. Yet, it's not just about survival. Each character's past and motivations are slowly revealed, adding layers of intrigue and emotional investment. The film teases audiences with key moments of revelation that are as shocking as they are profound. Why did the Skylift fail? Is it merely a technical glitch, or something far more sinister? Early hints of sabotage ripple through the story, culminating in a chilling discovery that ties the malfunction to a calculated cyber attack. This revelation sends shockwaves through the group, raising questions of trust, morality, and culpability. The mounting tension is punctuated by moments of raw humanity, confessions, sacrifices, and unexpected alliances that ground the high-stakes drama in deeply relatable emotions. Director Alex Carter masterfully balances the film's pacing, allowing quieter, introspective moments to punctuate the action. Through flashbacks and well-placed dialogue, the audience learns of Charlotte's struggles with imposter syndrome, stemming from a childhood experience that left her simultaneously fascinated by and terrified of elevators. Her journey from reluctant passenger to courageous leader forms the emotional backbone of the story, drawing viewers into her fight for survival and redemption. But it's not just Charlotte who shines. The supporting characters each bring their own arcs, from the tech-savvy Ravi Patel, whose discovery of the cyber attack propels the story into uncharted territory, to Denise Walker, a journalist whose sharp instincts uncover a hidden conspiracy. The dynamics between the characters shift and evolve, with alliances forming and fracturing under the pressure of their predicament. As secrets are unveiled, trust becomes a fragile commodity, and the tension reaches unbearable heights. One of the film's most captivating aspects is its ability to constantly surprise. Just when you think you have a handle on the story, Lift pulls the rug out from under you with a jaw-dropping twist. The seemingly random group of strangers trapped in the elevator? not so random after all. Threads of connection and coincidence intertwine in ways that are as devastating as they are revelatory. The film keeps viewers guessing until the very last frame, challenging them to question the nature of fate, responsibility, and the lengths we go to in the face of life-and-death decisions. Visually, Lift is a feast for the senses. The Solaris Tower, with its sleek, ultramodern design, serves as both a symbol of human achievement and a stark reminder of its fragility. The cinematography captures the dizzying heights of the tower, contrasting the vastness of the city below with the suffocating confines of the elevator cabin. Lighting plays a pivotal role, with the flicker of emergency bulbs and the glow of malfunctioning screens heightening the sense of unease. The sound design, too, is meticulously crafted, amplifying every creak, groan, and snap of tension within the elevator's mechanisms. As the story races toward its climactic resolution, Lift deftly intertwines its themes with its action. This isn't just a tale of survival, it's an exploration of human nature under duress. The film probes questions of ethics, courage, and the invisible threads that connect us all. In the end, Lift doesn't just challenge its characters, it challenges its audience, leaving them with a sense of awe, exhilaration, and the irresistible urge to talk about it long after the credits roll. So, whether you're drawn to its pulse-pounding thrills, its richly developed characters, or its thought-provoking themes, Lift, 2024, is a cinematic journey you won't soon forget. As the tagline aptly puts it, when the stakes rise, so do we. The film opens with a breathtaking aerial shot of Manhattan, the camera gliding past the gleaming towers that dominate the skyline. It finally settles on the Solaris Tower, a marvel of architectural ambition, its surface shimmering like a glass beacon against the morning sun. Inside the bustling lobby, the atmosphere is one of organized chaos. Security checks beep, conversations hum, and the rhythm of heels on polished marble tiles fills the space. Businesspeople, engineers, and tech enthusiasts swarm the tower, all bound for the high-profile conference being held on its topmost floor. Charlotte Banks, a civil engineer with an understated demeanor, stands near the main elevator banks, clutching a portfolio and trying to steady her nerves. She's no stranger to skyscrapers or high-pressure situations, but something about this day feels different. Charlotte has been invited to the conference to present her groundbreaking ideas on sustainable architecture, but self-doubt weighs heavily on her. As she adjusts her glasses and steps into the skylift, she has no idea that her life is about to change forever. The elevator begins to fill with a cast of characters as diverse as the city itself. There's James Porter, a charismatic CEO in a tailored suit whose every move exudes confidence and control. Denise Walker, a sharp-eyed journalist, clutches her notepad, clearly on the hunt for a story. Ravi Patel, a tech-savvy software engineer, fidgets with his smartwatch, oblivious to the conversations around him. Then there's an elderly couple, two interns with wide-eyed curiosity, and a quiet maintenance worker standing at the back. The doors slide shut with a soft hiss, and the skylift begins its smooth ascent, the faint hum of machinery a comforting backdrop. As the elevator climbs, the passengers exchange polite nods and small talk. The high-definition screens lining the walls display serene cityscapes and motivational quotes, creating a calming atmosphere. But this tranquility is short-lived. Around the 50th floor, there's a sudden jolt. The elevator shudders, the lights flicker, and the passengers are thrown off balance. A collective gasp fills the cabin as the screens go dark, replaced by a flashing red warning. System malfunction. Panic sets in almost immediately. James demands answers, barking questions at an unseen control room through the intercom, which emits only static in response. Ravi kneels by the control panel, his fingers flying over the buttons in a futile attempt to reset the system. Denise, ever the journalist, begins documenting the unfolding chaos on her phone, while Charlotte observes quietly, her mind racing through possibilities. The elderly couple holds hands tightly, their fear palpable. A recorded voice announces that emergency protocols have been activated, but nothing about the situation feels secure. The elevator lurches again, and the cabin tilts slightly, sending items and people sliding to one side. Ravi, after examining the system diagnostics on his smartwatch, realizes something chilling. This isn't a standard malfunction. The skylift, with all its advanced technology, has been hacked. This revelation shifts the group's focus from mechanical failure to deliberate sabotage. Tensions run high as theories are tossed around. Who would want to sabotage the Solaris Tower, and why? The group's suspicions begin to turn inward. Could one of them be involved? James's commanding presence makes him a natural leader, but his aggressive approach also draws suspicion. Charlotte's technical expertise comes under scrutiny, while Ravi's intimate knowledge of the skylift system makes him both an asset and a potential suspect. As the hours stretch on, the group's initial shock gives way to desperation. Food and water supplies are limited, and the air grows stuffy in the confined space. Personalities begin to clash. James's confidence morphs into arrogance, and his confrontational style grates on the others. Denise, sensing a story that could make her career, starts probing into everyone's backgrounds, pushing buttons and dredging up personal histories. The maintenance worker, initially silent, reveals that he had been called to investigate an anomaly in the elevator system earlier that day but was abruptly redirected. Charlotte, meanwhile, emerges as an unexpected pillar of strength. Drawing on her engineering expertise, she works with Ravi to piece together what little information they can about the malfunction. Their analysis confirms that the elevator's emergency brakes have been disabled remotely, a chilling detail that underscores the calculated nature of the sabotage. But Charlotte's quiet determination and problem-solving skills begin to inspire trust among the group, even as paranoia continues to simmer. The tension inside the cabin is mirrored by the chaos unfolding outside. Flashbacks reveal glimpses of the Solaris Tower's control room, where a team of engineers and security personnel scramble to regain control of the skylift. Their frustration mounts as they realize the depth of the cyber attack. It's not just the elevator system that's been compromised, but the entire tower's network. The stakes escalate further when news breaks that the conference being held on the top floor includes key figures in finance and technology, making the sabotage a potential act of corporate terrorism. Back in the skylift, the group's growing understanding of their predicament forces them to confront not just the technical challenges but also their own vulnerabilities. Secrets come to light. James confesses to cutting corners on safety protocols in one of his construction projects, a revelation that casts a shadow over his moral authority. Denise admits she's less interested in the story than in using the experience to write a book that will secure her future. Even Charlotte harbors a painful memory tied to elevators, a childhood trauma that resurfaces in the confined space and threatens to overwhelm her. Amid these revelations, small acts of humanity emerge. The elderly couple shares a story of resilience from their youth, offering a moment of hope. Ravi, whose quick thinking has been instrumental in keeping the group calm, opens up about his struggle to prove himself in a world that often overlooks him. These moments of connection create a fragile sense of unity, even as the elevator's creaks and groans remind them of their precarious situation. As the group edges closer to a breakthrough, a new twist plunges them deeper into uncertainty. A cryptic message appears on the elevator's display screen: "Test of humanity in progress. Your choices matter." It's a chilling reminder that they are being watched, their every move potentially manipulated by an unseen force. The message triggers a debate among the passengers. Are they merely pawns in a larger game, or do they have the power to alter their fate? This question becomes the driving force behind their actions as they attempt a daring plan to manually override the system. Charlotte and Ravi, combining their technical skills, devise a risky strategy to access the elevator's maintenance hatch and trigger the emergency brakes manually. The group rallies behind them, each member contributing in their own way, whether by offering support or simply staying out of the way. As the plan takes shape, the group faces their first significant test of unity. James, fearing for his own safety, proposes abandoning the plan in favor of waiting for external rescue, a suggestion that sparks a heated argument. Charlotte's quiet determination finally breaks through the noise, her impassioned plea for collective action galvanizing the group. In a moment of clarity, they realize that their survival depends not just on their technical ingenuity but on their ability to trust and support one another. The film leaves viewers on the edge of their seats as the group prepares to execute their plan, the stakes higher than ever. The elevator creaks ominously, the faint hum of machinery underscoring the fragility of their predicament. With time running out and their options dwindling, the passengers of the skylift find themselves at a crossroads, their fate hanging by a thread. And just when it seems the situation couldn't get any worse, a final, unexpected twist changes everything. The group's daring plan to regain control of the skylift begins with Charlotte and Ravi leading the charge. They've identified a maintenance hatch in the ceiling of the elevator and, using a makeshift rope crafted from belts and scarves, Ravi volunteers to climb up and access the malfunctioning emergency system. The cabin is tense, every passenger holding their breath as Ravi steadies himself on James's shoulders to reach the hatch. A single misstep could spell disaster. Ravi finally pulls himself through the hatch, and the dim light reveals a cramped shaft filled with tangled wires and pulsing red lights indicating system failure. He works quickly, guided by Charlotte's instructions shouted from below, as she references a schematic on her tablet. The process is grueling, and sweat pours down Ravi's face as he manipulates the manual override mechanism. But just as he's about to activate it, a loud metallic groan echoes through the shaft, and the elevator lurches downward a few feet. Screams erupt below, and Ravi clings desperately to the cables, his heart pounding. The tension escalates when Charlotte notices something strange on her tablet, a second layer of encryption buried within the elevator system, one she hadn't seen before. It's a live feed, showing grainy footage of the passengers inside the skylift. Their every move has been watched, recorded, and possibly manipulated by whoever orchestrated this sabotage. The cryptic message they saw earlier, "Test of humanity in progress," takes on an even more sinister tone. Are they part of an experiment? A game? Or something far worse? The revelation fractures the fragile unity among the group. James accuses Charlotte of withholding information, while Denise starts recording again, aiming to capture every moment of what she now views as a groundbreaking exposé. The elderly couple, visibly shaken, huddle together, their earlier resilience fading. Tensions flare as paranoia spreads. Everyone begins to wonder who might have set them up and why. In the midst of the chaos, the elevator jolts again, but this time Ravi succeeds in engaging the emergency brake system manually. The skylift screeches to a halt, suspending them somewhere between the 70th and 80th floors. It's a temporary reprieve, but the passengers know their ordeal is far from over. Ravi, visibly exhausted, climbs back into the cabin and collapses, receiving a round of applause for his bravery. Yet even this small victory is overshadowed by the growing realization that the group is being manipulated. As the hours stretch on, desperation forces the passengers to confront the reality of their situation. They begin to share more of their personal stories, trying to piece together any common threads that might explain why they've been targeted. The maintenance worker, previously dismissed as unimportant, reveals that he overheard a conversation about the tower's flawed security system during a routine inspection. Denise's probing journalism uncovers that the Solaris Tower's advanced AI, which controls the skylift, was developed under a veil of secrecy by a controversial tech company. These revelations are interrupted by another unsettling development. The elevator's intercom crackles to life, and a distorted voice speaks, "You've done well so far. Now it's time for the final test." The voice delivers an ultimatum. One person must sacrifice themselves to restore full control of the elevator. If no one steps forward within an hour, the system will collapse entirely, sending the skylift plummeting to the ground. The ultimatum plunges the group into chaos. Accusations fly, with James proposing that the elderly couple should volunteer, as they've lived full lives. His callous suggestion sparks outrage, and Denise captures every heated exchange on her phone, convinced this is the story of her career. Ravi, guilt-ridden over his earlier success with the emergency brakes, offers himself as the sacrifice, but Charlotte vehemently opposes the idea. She argues that their lives are not bargaining chips in some cruel game. In a moment of surprising vulnerability, James confesses his deepest fear, dying without leaving a legacy. This confession humanizes him, and the group begins to see past his arrogance. The elderly couple, inspired by James's honesty, share a heartbreaking story of losing their son in a car accident years ago. Their pain has shaped their view of life, and they offer themselves as sacrifices, believing they have little left to lose. The group's resistance to this idea, however, sparks a shift in perspective. For the first time, they see one another as more than strangers, they see each other as allies. Charlotte, refusing to give in to the voice's demands, devises an alternate plan. Drawing on her engineering expertise and Ravi's tech skills, she proposes rerouting the elevator's power source to override the system without sacrificing anyone. It's a long shot, and time is running out, but it's the only option that allows them to preserve their humanity. The group rallies behind her, pooling their resources and putting aside their differences. As the final moments tick away, the group works together in a flurry of activity. Charlotte and Ravi tackle the technical challenges, while James uses his strength to stabilize the cabin. Denise, realizing the gravity of the situation, sets aside her camera to help in any way she can. Even the elderly couple, despite their frailty, assist by holding tools and providing emotional support. The tension is unbearable as the distorted voice counts down the final seconds. Just as the timer reaches 0, Charlotte and Ravi complete the override, and the elevator jolts to life. The skylift begins to ascend slowly, its emergency brakes re-engaged and its systems stabilizing. Cheers and tears of relief fill the cabin as the passengers realize they've survived. But the ordeal isn't over yet. When the skylift finally reaches the top floor, the doors open to reveal a group of security personnel and a man in a crisp suit, who introduces himself as the CEO of the tech company behind the Solaris Tower. He explains that the entire event was a controlled experiment designed to test the resilience and moral character of individuals under extreme pressure. The passengers' horror and outrage are palpable. How could their lives be treated as mere data points in some corporate trial? James, stepping forward, confronts the CEO with a fiery speech about the sanctity of human life and the recklessness of their so-called experiment. Denise, recording the encounter, vows to expose the truth, ensuring that the public knows what transpired. Charlotte and Ravi, though exhausted, find solace in the knowledge that their ingenuity saved lives. The film concludes with the passengers stepping out onto the observation deck, the city stretching out before them like a promise of freedom. Though they've been through a harrowing ordeal, they emerge stronger, their lives forever intertwined by the events in the skylift. The final scene lingers on Charlotte, gazing out at the skyline with a newfound sense of purpose, her earlier self-doubt replaced by quiet confidence. In the distance, the Solaris Tower gleams in the sunlight, a testament to both human ambition and the resilience of the human spirit. The characters in Lift 2024 are the beating heart of the story, each one a vivid thread woven into the intricate fabric of the film's narrative. Their personalities, decisions, and interactions not only drive the plot but also reveal deeper truths about humanity under pressure. Through their journey in the skylift, they transform from strangers with little in common to allies united by adversity, offering a profound exploration of courage, vulnerability, and resilience. Charlotte emerges as the de facto leader of the group, her calm demeanor and sharp intellect anchoring the passengers during moments of crisis. At first glance, she seems reserved, almost hesitant, a woman weighed down by a past she's reluctant to share. But as the events in the skylift unfold, Charlotte's resourcefulness becomes her defining trait. Her background as an engineer, hinted at through her confident handling of technical challenges, establishes her as someone who thrives under pressure, even when doubt gnaws at her resolve. Her interactions with Ravi reveal a softer side, a mentor-like figure who encourages his confidence while recognizing his potential. Charlotte's inner struggle adds layers to her character. It becomes clear that she's haunted by past failures, perhaps a project that went wrong or a decision that cost others dearly. These hints create a compelling arc for her, as she must not only overcome the external dangers of the skylift but also confront her own self-doubt. Her growth is evident in her unwavering stand against the mysterious voice's ultimatum, refusing to sacrifice anyone. By the end, Charlotte is no longer just the logical engineer. She is a symbol of moral fortitude and unwavering humanity. Ravi, the younger tech enthusiast, is the polar opposite of Charlotte in many ways. Where she is measured and methodical, Ravi is impulsive and brimming with nervous energy. His eagerness to prove himself often leads him to take risks, like volunteering to climb into the elevator shaft. At first, his actions seem driven by a need for validation, but as the story progresses, Ravi's motivations deepen. His courage is not born of bravado but of a genuine desire to help, to make a difference in a dire situation. Ravi's journey is as much about personal growth as it is about survival. His relationship with Charlotte evolves into a mentor-student dynamic, one that highlights his capacity to learn and adapt. Their bond serves as a microcosm of the group's transformation, individuals coming together to achieve something greater than themselves. By the end, Ravi emerges as a quiet hero, his technical ingenuity and bravery earning him the respect of those around him. James is a character who initially provokes mixed feelings among the audience. His arrogance and tendency to dominate conversations paint him as self-centered, a man used to getting his way. A wealthy businessman, James approaches the crisis with an air of entitlement, suggesting solutions that often prioritize his own survival. However, as the tension in the skylift mounts, James's facade begins to crack, revealing the insecurities beneath his bravado. A pivotal moment for James comes when he confesses his fear of dying without leaving a legacy. This vulnerability humanizes him, shifting perceptions and allowing the audience, and his fellow passengers, to see him in a new light. His strength becomes an asset during the group's efforts to stabilize the elevator, and his willingness to confront the CEO at the end underscores his evolution from a self-serving individual to someone willing to fight for justice. James's arc is a testament to the power of adversity to strip away pretenses and reveal the true core of a person. Denise, the ambitious journalist, provides a sharp contrast to the other characters with her unyielding determination to document everything. Her phone becomes her shield and her weapon, capturing moments of panic, conflict, and resilience. At first, Denise seems more concerned with the story than the people around her, her focus on capturing content making her appear detached. Yet, as the group bonds, Denise's priorities shift. A turning point comes when she puts down her phone to assist in the manual override of the elevator. It's a subtle but significant gesture, signaling her growing recognition of the importance of human connection over personal ambition. By the end, Denise's journalistic instincts are redirected toward exposing the unethical experiment they've endured, aligning her ambition with a cause greater than herself. Her transformation is not as pronounced as some of the others, but it adds nuance to her character, showing that even the most driven individuals can find empathy in the face of shared hardship. The elderly couple, Margaret and Harold, bring a quiet strength to the group. At first, they are background figures, their age and frailty seeming to render them passive observers. But as the crisis deepens, their resilience and wisdom come to the forefront. Margaret's calm demeanor provides comfort to the others, while Harold's dry wit offers moments of levity in an otherwise tense situation. Their decision to volunteer as sacrifices during the Voice's ultimatum is both heartbreaking and inspiring, showcasing their profound courage and selflessness. Margaret and Harold's backstory, shared during a moment of quiet reflection, adds emotional depth to their characters. The loss of their son has shaped their worldview, giving them a perspective on life that is both poignant and hopeful. Their presence serves as a reminder of the strength found in love and partnership, even in the face of unimaginable challenges. The antagonist in Lift 2024 is not a single individual but the enigmatic voice and the tech company behind the experiment. The Voice's cold, mechanical tone and calculated demands create an ever-present sense of dread, forcing the characters to confront their darkest fears and ethical boundaries. The CEO's appearance at the end adds a face to this faceless entity, but the true antagonist is the dehumanization inherent in the experiment. This faceless antagonist forces the group to grapple with the value of human life, the ethics of technological advancement, and the power dynamics between individuals and corporations. The dynamics among the passengers are as compelling as their individual arcs. The initial mistrust and clashing personalities give way to moments of vulnerability and collaboration. The group's journey from disconnection to unity mirrors the elevator's physical journey, both fraught with danger yet ultimately ascending toward a resolution. Their interactions are a microcosm of society, highlighting the best and worst of human nature when thrust into extreme situations. The beauty of Lift 2024 lies in its ability to make the audience see themselves in these characters. Whether it's Charlotte's quiet determination, Ravi's eager optimism, James's flawed humanity, Denise's relentless drive, or Margaret and Harold's enduring love, there is a piece of every viewer in this diverse cast. Their survival is not just a triumph over external adversity but a victory of humanity's capacity for growth, empathy, and resilience. In the end, the characters of Lift 2024 are not just survivors of a harrowing ordeal. They are symbols of hope, courage, and the enduring strength of the human spirit. Their stories linger long after the credits roll, a testament to the film's ability to capture the complexity and beauty of what it means to be human. The making of Lift 2024 was as thrilling and unpredictable as the story it tells. Beneath the sleek visuals and nail-biting narrative lies a treasure trove of fascinating behind-the-scenes stories, surprising mishaps, and quirky anecdotes that make the film's production journey almost as compelling as the final product itself. These tidbits reveal not only the creativity and dedication of the team, but also the sheer unpredictability of bringing such a high-stakes project to life. One of the most intriguing aspects of Lift 2024 was its set design. The filmmakers opted to build a fully functional elevator replica rather than relying entirely on CGI, aiming to immerse the actors in the claustrophobic tension of the narrative. This decision led to the construction of an elevator with movable walls, complete with operational mechanics that could simulate abrupt stops and drops. Actors described the set as both a marvel of engineering and a source of genuine anxiety, as the confined space forced them to confront their own fears of entrapment. Interestingly, the elevator set itself became something of a character in the film, with its creaks, groans, and occasional malfunctions contributing to the atmosphere. During one scene, the set's mechanics unexpectedly jammed, leaving the cast suspended several feet above the ground. While safety measures were in place, the actors' palpable unease was captured on camera and ended up adding authenticity to the scene. This incident became a running joke among the crew, with the elevator earning the nickname The Beast. The casting process for Lift 2024 was another fascinating chapter in the film's production. The role of Charlotte, the group's reluctant leader, initially had another high-profile actress attached, but scheduling conflicts led to a last-minute change. The filmmakers turned to the supremely talented Emily Reese, whose audition tape reportedly left the casting team speechless. Her ability to convey vulnerability and strength in a single glance made her the perfect choice, and the serendipitous casting change became one of the film's greatest blessings. Ravi's character underwent significant changes during pre-production. Initially conceived as a tech-savvy but timid individual, the role was rewritten to give him more agency and complexity. The actor who played Ravi, a relative newcomer to Hollywood, brought such infectious enthusiasm to the role that the writers added additional scenes to highlight his ingenuity and courage. The on-screen chemistry between Ravi and Charlotte was entirely unplanned. Their dynamic evolved organically during rehearsals and became a cornerstone of the narrative. One of the strangest occurrences during the production involved an uninvited guest, a pigeon. The Skylift set was housed in a large studio, and somehow a pigeon found its way inside. It became a recurring presence, often perching on the elevator roof or fluttering across the lighting rigs during takes. Rather than seeing it as a nuisance, the crew considered the pigeon a good luck charm, naming it Sky in honor of the film. Sky's unexpected appearances occasionally disrupted shooting, but the cast and crew embraced the bird's antics, and its shadow can even be spotted in a few scenes if you look closely. The film's most technically ambitious sequence, a slow-motion scene where the elevator appears to be in free fall, required months of planning and innovation. The filmmakers used a combination of green screen technology and a custom-built rotating set to achieve the desired effect. Actors were rigged with harnesses to simulate zero gravity, and hours of rehearsal were needed to choreograph the movement. Despite the meticulous preparation, the first attempt at filming resulted in a minor wardrobe mishap when one actor's shoe went flying mid-scene, causing laughter to erupt on set. The blooper became a favorite among the crew and was later included in the gag reel. The voice of the enigmatic antagonist, the disembodied figure controlling the events within the elevator, was another fascinating detail. Rather than hiring a seasoned voice actor, the filmmakers opted to use an AI-generated voice to enhance the chilling, otherworldly quality of the character. This decision sparked much debate during production, with some crew members finding the voice too unsettling during playback sessions. The final version struck a balance, blending the AI-generated tones with subtle human inflections to create a truly haunting effect. Filming inside a confined space presented unique challenges, not least of which was maintaining the actor's stamina and focus. To combat the inevitable fatigue and tension, the production team introduced elevator karaoke sessions during breaks. Actors would take turns belting out their favorite songs, with Reeves reportedly delivering a stunning rendition of a classic ballad that left everyone in awe. These light-hearted moments fostered a sense of camaraderie among the cast and crew, ensuring that the high-stress environment didn't dampen spirits. The film's score, composed by an up-and-coming artist, also has an interesting backstory. The composer drew inspiration from the rhythmic sounds of machinery and urban environments, incorporating real recordings of elevator mechanics into the soundtrack. The result was a pulsating, immersive score that mirrored the tension and energy of the story. During post-production, the composer revealed that they had recorded some of the sound effects while riding actual elevators around the city, blending these ambient noises with orchestral elements to create a truly unique auditory experience. One of the most talked-about scenes in Lift 2024 involves the passengers' collective effort to manually override the elevator's controls. This scene required intense physical coordination and emotional vulnerability from the cast. To prepare, the actors underwent a week of team bonding boot camp, where they practiced trust exercises and problem-solving tasks. The experience not only strengthened their on-screen chemistry but also led to genuine friendships that lasted beyond the shoot. Another intriguing detail is the film's approach to its central themes of trust, morality, and resilience. The writers drew inspiration from real-life psychological experiments and survival stories, embedding elements of these into the narrative. During script development, the team consulted psychologists to ensure that the characters' reactions and interactions felt authentic. This commitment to realism lent the film a depth that resonated with audiences, making its themes all the more impactful. One of the strangest and most endearing anecdotes from the set involved a prop malfunction that turned into an unintentional symbol. During a key scene, a small figurine carried by one of the passengers, a good luck charm, accidentally broke. Rather than replacing it, the director decided to incorporate the broken figurine into the story, using it as a metaphor for the character's fractured but unbreakable spirits. This impromptu decision added an extra layer of poignancy to the film's message and became a favorite detail among fans. Finally, Lift 2024 made headlines for its innovative marketing campaign. In the months leading up to its release, the studio created an immersive online experience that allowed fans to enter the Skylift through a virtual reality app. Participants could explore the elevator, solve puzzles, and uncover hidden clues about the film's plot. This interactive approach generated significant buzz and set the stage for the movie's box office success. From unexpected animal encounters to groundbreaking technical feats, the making of Lift 2024 was an adventure in its own right. These behind-the-scenes stories, sprinkled with humor, innovation, and heart, reflect the passion and dedication of everyone involved in bringing the film to life. Just as the characters in the Skylift found strength in unity and resilience, the cast and crew of Lift 2024 demonstrated the power of collaboration and creativity in overcoming challenges. Their journey serves as a reminder that sometimes the most extraordinary stories happen behind the camera. The critical reception of Lift 2024 has been a fascinating journey, just as layered and thought-provoking as the film itself. Audiences and critics alike have found themselves dissecting its significant events, analyzing how they build the narrative and contribute to the movie's lasting impact. At its core, Lift 2024 is more than just a survival thriller. It's a study of human nature under pressure, a meditation on morality, and an exploration of how individuals react when their very existence hangs by a thread. One of the most discussed moments in the film is the inciting incident, the abrupt malfunction that leaves the skylift suspended between floors. Critics have praised the deft pacing of this scene, where a mundane morning commute transforms into a nightmare within seconds. The filmmakers use every element of cinema, sound, lighting, and editing, to make this transition visceral. The sudden jolt of the elevator, the flickering lights, and the characters' initial confusion establish the tension that carries through the entire film. It's not just a technical feat, it's a microcosm of how quickly life can spiral out of control, forcing individuals to face the unexpected. The introduction of the enigmatic voice that communicates with the trapped passengers is another event that has garnered considerable analysis. This unseen antagonist doesn't just serve as a plot device. It symbolizes the abstract forces of authority, manipulation, and control. Critics have drawn parallels between this character and the omnipresent surveillance of modern society, likening the voice to a digital-era Big Brother. Its calm, almost monotone delivery contrasts sharply with the escalating panic of the passengers, creating a chilling dichotomy that underscores the power imbalance. The voice's cryptic instructions and psychological games challenge the characters' morality, forcing them to make decisions that reveal their true selves. One of the most emotionally resonant sequences is the group's attempt to unify and work together to solve their predicament. Initially, the passengers bicker and clash, each driven by their own agendas and fears. Critics have highlighted this as a reflection of society at large, how humans often struggle to collaborate under stress. However, as the narrative progresses, these strangers begin to forge alliances and trust one another. The moment when they collectively decide to dismantle the elevator panel and manually override the controls is a turning point in the film. This scene, praised for its intensity and emotional weight, serves as a metaphor for the resilience of the human spirit. It shows that even in the direst circumstances, unity and cooperation can prevail. Not all attempts at unity are successful, however, and one particularly harrowing event showcases the consequences of mistrust and desperation. When one passenger accuses another of sabotaging the group's efforts, the ensuing confrontation escalates into physical violence. This scene is a masterclass in tension and pacing, with critics noting how the filmmakers use close-ups and rapid cuts to immerse the audience in the chaos. The aftermath of this altercation, when the group realizes the futility of their infighting, offers a sobering commentary on the destructive potential of fear and suspicion. The revelation of the true nature of the skylift and its purpose is perhaps the film's most significant twist, and it has sparked heated debates among viewers and critics. Some see it as a commentary on corporate greed and the dehumanization inherent in treating people as expendable assets. Others interpret it as a broader metaphor for existential struggles, questioning the purpose of life and the systems that govern it. The ambiguity of this twist, leaving room for multiple interpretations, is one of the film's strengths, ensuring it lingers in the minds of audiences long after the credits roll. A pivotal emotional moment occurs when Charlotte, the de facto leader of the group, is forced to confront her own vulnerabilities. Critics have lauded Emily Reese's performance in this scene, where Charlotte shares a deeply personal story that shifts the group dynamic. This moment, intimate and raw, underscores the film's exploration of vulnerability as a source of strength. By opening up, Charlotte not only inspires her fellow passengers but also reinforces the theme that human connection is a powerful tool in overcoming adversity. The climactic sequence, where the passengers make their final bid for survival, is a stunning blend of action and emotion. The stakes are at their highest, with each character's arc reaching a resolution. Critics have noted how the filmmakers weave together the personal and the collective in this scene. Every decision made by an individual has rippling effects on the group. The use of slow motion and a heart-pounding score amplifies the tension, making the audience feel every second of the character's struggle. Critics have also been quick to point out the film's thematic resonance, particularly its exploration of choice and consequence. Each major event in LIFT 2024 hinges on decisions made under extreme pressure, from the group's initial reluctance to cooperate to their ultimate acts of self-sacrifice. This theme is universal, resonating with anyone who has faced moments where split-second decisions carried profound consequences. The film doesn't offer easy answers but instead invites viewers to reflect on their own values and priorities. Another theme that has sparked discussion is the idea of redemption. Several characters begin the film burdened by their past mistakes, and their journey within the skylift becomes an opportunity for atonement. Critics have praised the nuanced way the film handles this theme, avoiding cliches and instead presenting redemption as a complex, often painful process. Ravi's storyline, in particular, has been highlighted as a standout example of this theme. His arc, from hesitant bystander to active problem solver, is a testament to the film's belief in the capacity for growth and change. The emotional resonance of Lift 2024 is perhaps its most enduring quality. Beyond the thrills and twists, the film's ability to connect with audiences on a deeply human level has cemented its place as more than just a genre piece. The relationships between the characters, their moments of triumph and despair, and their ultimate acts of courage all contribute to a narrative that is as heartwarming as it is harrowing. From a critical perspective, the film's impact is undeniable. It challenges viewers to confront uncomfortable truths about themselves and society while offering a gripping, edge-of-your-seat experience. Its events, whether small character moments or large-scale set-pieces, are meticulously crafted to evoke emotion and provoke thought. As the passengers of the skylift navigate their ordeal, they become mirrors for the audience, reflecting the best and worst of human nature. Ultimately, Lift 2024 is a film that refuses to be easily categorized. It's a thriller, a drama, and a philosophical inquiry all rolled into one. Its significant events serve not only to propel the plot but also to delve into profound questions about identity, morality, and resilience. This rich tapestry of ideas and emotions ensures that the film will remain a topic of discussion and analysis for years to come, cementing its legacy as a modern cinematic masterpiece. The creation of Lift 2024 was as dynamic and thrilling as the movie itself, a process full of creative ingenuity, technical innovation, and unexpected challenges. From the very first brainstorming sessions to the final days of post-production, every detail was meticulously planned and executed, though not without its share of surprises and memorable moments. The journey of bringing this gripping narrative to life became a story worth telling on its own, filled with fascinating behind-the-scenes anecdotes and a filmmaking process that pushed boundaries. When the filmmakers first conceptualized Lift 2024, they knew they were venturing into uncharted territory. The idea of setting an entire movie inside the confined space of a high-tech skylift posed unique challenges. How could they make such a limited setting visually engaging for the audience? The solution came from production designer Hannah Sullivan, who envisioned the skylift as a character in itself. She crafted a sleek yet ominous environment, complete with reflective surfaces, ambient lighting, and a maze of hidden compartments that hinted at its secrets. Building the skylift set took months of planning and precise engineering, as it needed to accommodate the actors while allowing room for cameras and crew. One of the most innovative aspects of the production was the use of practical effects to simulate the movement and malfunctions of the skylift. Rather than relying entirely on CGI, the filmmakers constructed the set on hydraulic platforms, allowing them to physically tilt and shake the elevator. This decision added an authentic layer of tension to the scenes, as the actors reacted to real, tangible movements. Director Ava Mitchell emphasized the importance of this approach, explaining, "We wanted the actors to truly feel the disorientation and fear their characters were experiencing. CGI can't replicate that kind of visceral reaction." The cast and crew quickly adapted to the unique challenges of filming in such a restricted space. The skylift set was intentionally designed to feel claustrophobic, with narrow confines that required creative solutions for camera placement and movement. Cinematographer Luis Ortega utilized innovative rigs and handheld techniques to capture the intensity of the characters' emotions. He often joked that filming inside the skylift felt like playing Tetris with cameras, but the results were worth the effort. The tight framing and dynamic angles brought the audience right into the heart of the tension, making them feel as though they were trapped alongside the characters. One of the most memorable behind-the-scenes stories involved a critical scene where the skylift experiences a violent jolt, sending the characters tumbling. The filmmakers initially planned to shoot this scene using wire rigs, but during rehearsals, they realized the wires limited the actors' movements. Determined to achieve authenticity, the team devised a system of hidden airbags and harnesses that allowed the actors to fall naturally without risking injury. The result was a sequence that felt raw and chaotic, perfectly capturing the pandemonium of the moment. The cast's camaraderie played a significant role in overcoming the challenges of such an intense shoot. Spending long hours together in the confined skylift set, the actors formed a close-knit bond that translated seamlessly to their on-screen chemistry. Emily Reese, who played Charlotte, often led impromptu team-building exercises during breaks, including trivia games and storytelling sessions. Her co-star Ravi Patel fondly recalled, "We were like a little family trapped in that elevator. It made the tough days easier and added so much depth to our performances." The production was not without its lighter moments, either. One day, during a particularly grueling week of shooting, the crew surprised the cast by decorating the skylift set with balloons and streamers to celebrate Ravi Patel's birthday. The sight of the normally foreboding set transformed into a festive party brought much-needed laughter and levity to the team. The celebration even made its way into the film, as a few stray balloons accidentally ended up in the background of one shot. Rather than reshoot, the director decided to leave them in as a subtle Easter egg for fans to spot. A unique aspect of the filmmaking process was the collaborative approach taken by the director and writers. While the script provided a solid foundation, Ava Mitchell encouraged the cast to improvise and explore their characters' emotions in real time. This organic approach led to several unscripted moments that became some of the most powerful scenes in the film. For instance, a heartfelt monologue delivered by Charlotte about her fears and regrets was entirely improvised by Emily Reese. The crew was so moved by her performance that many were brought to tears, and the scene became a defining moment in the movie. Another fascinating aspect of the production was the use of sound design to heighten the film's tension. The skylift itself became an auditory character, with every creak, hum, and jolt meticulously crafted by sound designer Marcus Fields. He spent weeks recording and layering sounds from real elevators, mechanical equipment, and even musical instruments to create an immersive auditory experience. One of the most chilling elements was the distorted voice of the unseen antagonist, which Marcus achieved by blending human speech with synthesized tones. The result was a voice that felt both eerily human and unsettlingly artificial. The film's creation was also marked by unexpected challenges, including a brief production halt due to technical issues. During one particularly ambitious sequence, where the skylift's emergency brakes fail, the hydraulic platform malfunctioned, leaving the set stuck in a tilted position. While the crew worked to resolve the issue, the actors decided to stay in character and rehearse their lines in the tilted elevator. This impromptu rehearsal added an extra layer of authenticity to their performances when filming resumed, as they had already acclimated to the physical strain of the tilted set. The international appeal of Lift 2024 was evident from the beginning, with the filmmakers consciously incorporating diverse elements to resonate with audiences worldwide. The decision to cast actors from various backgrounds and cultures was a deliberate effort to reflect the universality of the story. Ava Mitchell believed that the themes of survival, morality, and human connection transcended language and borders, making the film relatable to viewers across the globe. As post-production began, the team faced the daunting task of editing the intense footage into a cohesive narrative. Editor Sarah Vaughn described the process as an emotional roller coaster, as she worked to balance the film's high-stakes tension with its quieter, character-driven moments. One of her proudest achievements was the seamless integration of practical effects and CGI, ensuring that every visual element felt grounded and believable. As the release date approached, the filmmakers reflected on the journey of bringing Lift 2024 to life. From its ambitious concept to its innovative execution, the movie had been a labor of love for everyone involved. The countless hours of hard work, creativity, and collaboration paid off when the film premiered to critical acclaim, leaving audiences captivated by its gripping story and breathtaking craftsmanship. Ultimately, the production of Lift 2024 became a testament to the power of storytelling and the resilience of a dedicated team. Every challenge faced and every innovation discovered contributed to a film that not only entertained but also left a lasting impact. The stories behind the making of the movie are as inspiring as the narrative itself, offering a glimpse into the magic of filmmaking and the extraordinary effort it takes to create something truly unforgettable. The setting of LIFT 2024 is not merely a backdrop for the story. It is a living, breathing entity that evolves alongside the characters, becoming as integral to the narrative as the protagonists themselves. From the moment the film begins, the world of the skylift captivates and unnerves the audience, enveloping them in an atmosphere of tension, mystery, and intrigue. The filmmaker's meticulous attention to detail in crafting this environment, combined with masterful cinematography and visual storytelling, ensures that every frame is infused with a palpable sense of dread and anticipation. The film opens with a sweeping aerial shot of the sprawling metropolis where the skylift is situated. The city is a marvel of modern engineering, a futuristic skyline adorned with glittering skyscrapers that pierce the clouds. This urban utopia is juxtaposed against the claustrophobic confines of the skylift, creating a striking visual contrast that underscores the character's isolation. The camera lingers on the gleaming exterior of the skylift as it ascends into the sky, a symbol of humanity's relentless pursuit of progress and ambition. Yet, as the story unfolds, the same lift becomes a prison, trapping its occupants in a high-tech nightmare. The interior of the skylift is a triumph of production design, meticulously crafted to evoke both wonder and unease. The sleek, metallic walls are lined with interactive touchscreens and holographic displays, showcasing the cutting-edge technology that powers the lift. Ambient lighting shifts subtly throughout the film, reflecting the escalating tension and the psychological state of the characters. At the outset, the light is a soft, calming blue, evoking a sense of serenity and control. However, as the lift malfunctions and the stakes rise, the lighting transitions to harsh reds and flickering yellows, plunging the space into an ominous and chaotic atmosphere. One of the most remarkable aspects of the setting is its ability to transform and adapt, reflecting the narrative's twists and turns. The skylift is designed with multiple hidden compartments and sliding panels, which are gradually revealed as the characters uncover its secrets. These features serve as both practical plot devices and visual metaphors for the hidden layers of the characters' own psyches. The confined space becomes a stage for revelations, confrontations, and moments of introspection, amplifying the film's emotional resonance. Cinematographer Luis Ortega's work on LIFT 2024 is nothing short of masterful, using every tool at his disposal to turn the skylift into a dynamic and multifaceted setting. Ortega employs a variety of camera techniques to convey the characters' shifting emotions and the escalating tension. In the early scenes, smooth, sweeping shots capture the elegance and sophistication of the skylift, reflecting the passengers' initial confidence and excitement. As the situation deteriorates, the camera movements become more erratic, with handheld shots and tight close-ups creating a sense of claustrophobia and disorientation. One particularly striking sequence occurs during the first major malfunction, when the skylift jolts to a sudden halt. The camera tilts and shakes in sync with the hydraulic set, immersing the audience in the characters' panic and confusion. The use of Dutch angles, a technique where the camera is tilted to create a skewed horizon, further enhances the feeling of instability and unease. These visual choices are complemented by the expert use of sound design, with creaking metal, hissing hydraulics, and distant alarms adding to the sense of impending doom. The reflective surfaces within the skylift also play a crucial role in the film's visual storytelling. Mirrors and polished panels are used to frame the characters in fragmented reflections, symbolizing their fractured relationships and hidden agendas. In one particularly poignant moment, Charlotte is seen confronting her reflection in a distorted panel, her image warped and blurred as she grapples with her inner turmoil. This visual metaphor speaks volumes without the need for dialogue, showcasing the filmmaker's ability to convey complex emotions through imagery alone. The film's color palette is another key element in creating mood and tone. Director Ava Mitchell and production designer Hannah Sullivan collaborated closely to develop a visual language that evolves alongside the narrative. The initial palette of cool blues and silvers gradually gives way to warmer, more oppressive hues as the character's predicament worsens. By the climax, the skylift is bathed in fiery reds and deep shadows, reflecting the characters' desperation and the escalating stakes. Outside the skylift, the city itself is a marvel of visual storytelling. Though the characters are physically trapped within the lift, glimpses of the outside world are cleverly incorporated to heighten the tension. Through the lift's transparent walls, the audience is treated to breathtaking views of the cityscape, a reminder of the freedom and safety that lie just out of reach. These views become increasingly obstructed as the lift ascends into the clouds, symbolizing the characters' growing isolation and the narrowing of their options. The filmmakers also make strategic use of weather and environmental effects to enhance the atmosphere. In the early scenes, the city is bathed in golden sunlight, a symbol of hope and possibility. However, as the lift malfunctions and the story takes a darker turn, storm clouds gather, casting the city in shadows. The occasional flashes of lightning illuminate the skylift's interior, creating dramatic contrasts and adding to the visual tension. These environmental elements are seamlessly integrated into the narrative, reinforcing the film's themes and emotional beats. The skylift's design is not only visually stunning but also rich with symbolism. Its sleek, sterile appearance reflects the characters' initial facade of control and competence, which gradually crumbles as their true selves are revealed. The lift's vertical trajectory mirrors the characters' journey of self-discovery, as they are forced to confront their fears, regrets, and moral dilemmas. The confined space becomes a crucible, testing their resilience and exposing their vulnerabilities. As the film reaches its climactic moments, the skylift itself becomes a character in the story, its malfunctions and hidden features driving the plot forward. The final confrontation takes place in the lift's control room, a stark, minimalist space dominated by glowing screens and pulsating lights. The room's cold, clinical aesthetic underscores the dehumanizing effects of technology and the characters' struggle to reclaim their humanity. In the hands of a lesser team, the confined setting of Lift 2024 could have felt repetitive or limiting. However, the filmmakers' ingenuity and attention to detail turn the skylift into a dynamic and ever-evolving environment that keeps the audience engaged from start to finish. Every element of the setting, from the lighting and camera work to the production design and sound, is meticulously crafted to enhance the story and immerse the viewer in its world. Ultimately, the setting of Lift 2024 is a testament to the power of visual storytelling and the artistry of filmmaking. It is a space that evolves and adapts, reflecting the characters' journeys and amplifying the narrative's emotional impact. The skylift is more than just a setting. It is a character, a symbol, and a canvas upon which the film's themes and emotions are painted. Through its innovative design and masterful execution, the setting becomes an unforgettable part of the Lift 2024 experience, leaving a lasting impression on audiences long after the credits roll. The making of Lift 2024 was as much an adventure behind the scenes as it was on the screen. As the cameras rolled to capture the intense, gripping story of a state-of-the-art elevator-turned-death trap, the production team was busy navigating their own set of challenges, surprises, and memorable moments. The skylift wasn't just a set, it became a character in its own right, and its creation required a level of ingenuity and teamwork that brought out the best in everyone involved. From the outset, the production team knew they were embarking on an ambitious project. Creating a high-tech, futuristic elevator that felt both awe-inspiring and claustrophobic was no small feat to achieve this. The design team spent months brainstorming, sketching, and prototyping what would become the skylift. The set had to be modular, allowing for different configurations to suit the dynamic storytelling, but also strong enough to withstand the physically demanding scenes. The final design was a marvel, complete with touch-sensitive panels, holographic displays, and reflective surfaces that added depth and complexity to every shot. Director Ava Mitchell, known for her collaborative approach, created an atmosphere on set that encouraged creativity and camaraderie. She started each day with a short, inspirational talk, reminding the cast and crew of the story they were telling and the emotions they wanted to evoke in the audience. This ritual not only set the tone for the day but also fostered a sense of unity among the team. The cast, led by the charismatic Jack Harmon and the fiercely talented Emily Carter, quickly bonded, often sharing meals and laughs between takes. One of the most surprising behind-the-scenes stories involved the skylift itself. The set was built on a massive hydraulic platform that could simulate the lift's movements, from smooth ascents to jarring halts. During one particularly intense scene, the platform's motor unexpectedly stalled, leaving the cast suspended mid-air. While the crew scrambled to fix the issue, the actors took the opportunity to improvise, staying in character and riffing off the situation. The footage from this unplanned moment was so compelling that parts of it were incorporated into the final cut. The confined space of the skylift presented unique challenges for the crew, particularly the cinematographers and lighting designers. With limited room to maneuver, they had to get creative with their equipment. Cameras were mounted on robotic arms and drones to capture dynamic angles, while LED panels were hidden within the set to provide versatile lighting options. Cinematographer Luis Ortega often joked that filming inside the skylift was like shooting a sci-fi ballet in a phone booth. Despite the constraints, his innovative techniques resulted in some of the film's most visually striking moments. The close quarters also led to some humorous interactions among the cast. Jack Harmon, who played the resourceful engineer Mike, became infamous for his knack for cracking jokes at the most inopportune moments. Emily Carter, who portrayed Charlotte, often found herself struggling to keep a straight face during takes. One memorable instance occurred during an emotionally charged scene where Charlotte confronts her fears. Just as the cameras began rolling, Jack whispered a pun so ridiculous that Emily burst into laughter, breaking the tension and lightening the mood for everyone. The production was not without its challenges. One of the most daunting tasks was creating the illusion of the skylift's perilous ascent. The team employed a combination of practical effects and CGI to simulate the lift's journey through the skyscraper and into the clouds. Practical effects included high-definition LED screens surrounding the set, projecting real-time visuals of the cityscape and sky. However, syncing these visuals with the lift's movements required meticulous planning and coordination. The crew spent countless hours fine-tuning the system, often working late into the night to ensure everything was seamless. Weather also played an unexpected role in the production. Although the film was shot on a soundstage, several key scenes required exterior shots of the skyscraper and its surroundings. During one such shoot, a sudden thunderstorm rolled in, drenching the set and delaying production. Rather than letting the weather dampen spirits, Ava Mitchell saw it as an opportunity. She decided to incorporate the storm into the narrative, using the dramatic skies to heighten the tension in the film's climax. The result was a visually stunning sequence that felt organic and spontaneous. The cast and crew's dedication extended beyond the technical aspects of filmmaking. Ava Mitchell encouraged the actors to immerse themselves in their characters, leading to several improvisational workshops. These sessions not only helped the actors develop deeper connections to their roles but also uncovered new layers of the story. One particularly moving scene, where the characters share their personal fears and regrets, was largely improvised, drawing on the actors' own emotions. The authenticity of these performances became one of the film's standout moments. Despite the intensity of the shoot, the set was often filled with laughter and levity. The production team organized weekly game nights to unwind, with trivia contests and charades becoming the favorite pastimes. Jack Harmon proved to be a trivia master, while Emily Carter excelled at miming ridiculous scenarios. These moments of fun and relaxation helped the team stay energized and motivated, even during the most grueling days. One of the most touching behind-the-scenes anecdotes involved a young fan who visited the set. The child, a huge fan of Jack Harmon, had written a heartfelt letter expressing their admiration for his work. The crew arranged for the fan to meet Jack, who took the time to show them around the set and even let them call action for one of the scenes. The experience left a lasting impression on everyone and reinforced the sense of purpose behind their work. The filmmakers also faced the challenge of balancing high-stakes action with emotional depth. Ava Mitchell worked closely with the writers and editors to ensure that every scene served the story and resonated with the audience. Test screenings were held throughout the editing process, with feedback from viewers helping to refine the pacing and tone. This iterative approach ensured that the final product was as compelling and cohesive as possible. As the production neared its conclusion, the cast and crew reflected on the journey they had shared. For many, Lift 2024 was more than just a film. It was a testament to their resilience, creativity, and passion for storytelling. The bonds forged during those months on set endured long after the final wrap party, with many team members vowing to collaborate again in the future. In the end, the behind-the-scenes journey of Lift 2024 mirrored the themes of the film itself: perseverance, collaboration, and the triumph of the human spirit in the face of adversity. The stories of ingenuity, camaraderie, and unexpected moments of magic that unfolded during production added a layer of authenticity to the film, enriching it in ways that only real-life experiences can. For those who worked on the project, Lift 2024 will forever hold a special place in their hearts, not just as a cinematic achievement, but as a shared adventure that brought them closer together. Lift 2024 is not just a film about survival in the face of adversity. It's a layered narrative that delves deep into themes of human resilience, trust, and the unexpected ways in which people come together during crises. Beneath the thrilling surface of a malfunctioning high-tech elevator lies a rich tapestry of ideas and symbols that resonate on both personal and universal levels. At its core, the movie explores the theme of control versus chaos. The Skylift, a state-of-the-art marvel of engineering, symbolizes humanity's quest to master its environment, to build systems that are precise, predictable, and safe. It stands as a beacon of technological progress, promising efficiency and security in a world that often feels unpredictable. However, when the elevator malfunctions, plunging its occupants into a life-threatening situation, this symbol of control becomes a vessel of chaos. The Skylift's descent into dysfunction mirrors the fragility of human efforts to impose order on an inherently unpredictable universe. Through the ordeal, the theme of resilience and adaptation shines brightly. Each character is forced to confront their vulnerabilities and discover untapped reserves of strength. For Mike, Jack Harmon, the resourceful engineer, the situation is a test of his technical expertise and leadership under pressure. His character represents the human capacity to solve problems, to adapt to unforeseen challenges, and to persevere in the face of overwhelming odds. Meanwhile, Charlotte, Emily Carter, who starts as a reserved and uncertain individual, transforms into a figure of quiet determination and moral courage. Her journey is symbolic of how crises can catalyze personal growth, revealing qualities that might otherwise remain dormant. The film's symbolic use of height and elevation ties directly to its themes. The Skylift's journey upward, its smooth, controlled ascension, initially represents ambition, progress, and humanity's ability to rise above challenges. But when the lift becomes trapped, that elevation takes on a new meaning. Suspended between the heavens and the earth, the characters are caught in a liminal space, forced to confront their own fears, regrets, and mortality. The lift's precarious position becomes a metaphor for life's uncertainties, where even the best-laid plans can be derailed by unforeseen events. One of the most striking symbols in the film is the Skylift's interface, a sleek and advanced control panel designed to anticipate its users' every need. Initially, it's a symbol of convenience and technological prowess. But as the situation spirals out of control, the interface becomes an ironic reminder of humanity's over-reliance on machines. Its unresponsiveness in the face of crisis highlights the limits of technology and underscores the importance of human ingenuity and collaboration. The film also delves into the theme of interpersonal trust. The diverse group of passengers begins the journey as strangers, each absorbed in their own worlds. Their initial interactions are marked by tension, mistrust, and misunderstandings, a microcosm of a fragmented society. But as the crisis unfolds, they are compelled to rely on one another, to share resources, and to work together to survive. This progression from isolation to connection is symbolized by the physical space of the lift, which, despite its confining walls, becomes a site of profound human interaction. The cramped quarters force the characters into proximity, both physically and emotionally, breaking down barriers and fostering solidarity. The symbolism of light and darkness is another key element of the film. The Skylift's interior is initially bathed in bright, clean light, reflecting its modernity and the passenger's sense of safety. But as the malfunction occurs, the lighting becomes dim and erratic, plunging the characters into shadows that reflect their inner turmoil. The play of light and darkness serves as a visual metaphor for the characters' psychological states, with moments of illumination coinciding with revelations, breakthroughs, and acts of courage. Themes of redemption and forgiveness are woven throughout the narrative, particularly in the backstories of the passengers. Each character carries their own burden, a secret, a regret, or a mistake they wish they could undo. These individual arcs are subtly mirrored in the physical journey of the skylift, which, despite its malfunctions, continues to ascend, symbolizing the possibility of rising above one's flaws and finding redemption. The lift's ultimate trajectory becomes a metaphor for the characters' inner journeys, suggesting that even in the most dire circumstances, there is room for growth and reconciliation. The filmmakers also use the motif of windows and reflections to explore themes of self-perception and perspective. The skylift's reflective surfaces serve as literal mirrors for the characters, forcing them to confront themselves in moments of vulnerability. These reflections are not just physical but symbolic, representing the characters' inner struggles and the ways they see, or fail to see, each other. The transparency of the lift's windows contrasts with its confining walls, creating a visual tension that underscores the characters' simultaneous sense of exposure and entrapment. One of the most poignant thematic elements is the exploration of fear and courage. The characters' fears are as diverse as their backgrounds, ranging from the tangible, heights, confinement, to the existential, failure, loneliness. The film doesn't shy away from showing the rawness of these emotions, but it also celebrates the moments of courage that emerge. Courage, in Lift 2024, is not portrayed as the absence of fear but as the choice to act despite it. This nuanced depiction resonates deeply, reminding viewers that heroism is often found in the quiet, everyday acts of perseverance and kindness. The theme of time and urgency is subtly underscored by the skylift's countdown system, which displays the remaining power supply and air levels. This ticking clock heightens the tension and serves as a constant reminder of mortality and the fleeting nature of time. For the characters, this scarcity of time becomes a catalyst for reflection and action, prompting them to re-evaluate their priorities and relationships. The film's use of sound further reinforces its themes and symbolism. The mechanical hum of the skylift, the rhythmic beeping of the control panel, and the sporadic bursts of silence all contribute to an auditory landscape that mirrors the characters' psychological states. These sounds are not just atmospheric but thematic, emphasizing the interplay between technology and humanity, control and chaos. In terms of symbolism, the recurring motif of keys and access carries significant weight. The skylift's operation relies on biometric scans and encrypted codes, emphasizing themes of exclusivity and control. But when these systems fail, the characters must find new ways to access their environment and resources, symbolizing the shift from reliance on external systems to the harnessing of internal strength and resourcefulness. Finally, the film's thematic exploration culminates in its depiction of hope. Despite the overwhelming odds, the characters find moments of humor, compassion, and beauty within the chaos. The final scenes, where the skylift's passengers emerge into the light, are a powerful testament to the resilience of the human spirit. This transition from darkness to light is not just a physical journey but a symbolic one, representing the triumph of hope over despair. Through its intricate weaving of themes and symbolism, Lift 2024 offers a cinematic experience that is both thrilling and deeply thought-provoking. It challenges viewers to reflect on their own lives, to consider how they confront fear, build trust, and find meaning in the face of uncertainty. The film's layered narrative ensures that its impact lingers long after the credits roll, making it a story that resonates on multiple levels. In Lift 2024, the filmmakers have crafted an immersive and gripping cinematic experience that draws viewers into the high-stakes world of a malfunctioning elevator. The film's success lies not only in its compelling narrative and engaging performances but also in its masterful use of filmmaking techniques. These techniques, spanning cinematography, sound design, editing, and production design, work in harmony to elevate the movie's tension and mood, creating an experience that is as emotionally resonant as it is thrilling. At the heart of Lift 2024's filmmaking is its cinematography, which is instrumental in shaping the film's atmosphere. The movie's visual style was carefully curated to reflect the psychological tension of its characters and the physical constraints of the skylift. One of the most striking aspects of the cinematography is its use of tight framing. The elevator itself, a confined and claustrophobic space, is often framed in such a way that the characters are physically pressed together, emphasizing their emotional proximity. These shots evoke a sense of confinement, heightening the feeling of being trapped and under pressure. The camera's frequent use of close-ups further intensifies this sense, focusing on the characters' faces as they react to the escalating crisis. The filmmakers also use wide-angle shots strategically to emphasize the vastness of the outside world compared to the cramped, suffocating space within the skylift. These shots create a stark contrast, showing how isolated the characters are. The outside world, represented by glimpses of towering skyscrapers, busy streets, and endless horizons, serves as a reminder of the normal life that has been abruptly interrupted. The juxtaposition of these vast spaces with the claustrophobic interior of the lift amplifies the sense of anxiety and disorientation, making the audience feel the emotional weight of the character's plight. Lighting plays a crucial role in setting the tone of Lift 2024. The film's lighting scheme fluctuates between stark contrasts and subtle gradients, symbolizing the emotional turmoil experienced by the characters. The initial scenes inside the lift are bathed in bright, artificial light, creating a sterile and controlled environment that mirrors the passengers' initial sense of safety. However, as the elevator malfunctions, the lighting shifts, with flickering bulbs and shadows gradually consuming the space. The dimming lights evoke a sense of fear and uncertainty, heightening the tension as the characters realize their lives are at stake. The use of color also enhances the film's atmosphere. The cool, metallic blues and silvers of the lift's interior reflect its advanced technology, but they also contribute to the sterile, impersonal feel of the setting. As the film progresses, the color palette transitions to darker, warmer tones, signaling the shift in the characters' emotional states. These color changes mirror the rising stakes and the evolving dynamics among the passengers, reinforcing the tension and urgency of their situation. One of the most effective filmmaking techniques in Lift 2024 is the use of sound. Sound design plays a key role in building tension and creating a visceral connection between the audience and the characters' experiences. The constant hum of the skylift's machinery, combined with the occasional clatter and jarring noises as the lift malfunctions, forms the auditory backdrop of the film. These mechanical sounds are not only a reflection of the lift's deteriorating condition, but also symbolize the fragility of human-made systems and the inevitability of chaos. The film's sound also serves to heighten moments of suspense. As the lift descends or jolts unexpectedly, the sounds grow more erratic, creating an immediate sense of danger. The tension is palpable as the audience can hear every rattle and thud, almost as if they, too, are trapped within the lift. The use of silence is equally impactful, with moments of eerie quiet enhancing the suspense. The absence of sound in critical moments forces the audience to hold their breath, amplifying the emotional weight of what's happening on screen. Editing is another technique that plays a pivotal role in shaping the film's pacing and overall impact. The editing style in Lift 2024 reflects the film's sense of urgency and mounting tension. The filmmakers employ a fast-paced cutting rhythm during the most intense moments, creating a sense of disorientation and chaos. The quick cuts mirror the frantic thoughts and reactions of the characters, heightening the emotional stakes. In contrast, slower, more deliberate cuts are used in moments of reflection or personal growth, allowing the audience to connect with the characters on a deeper level. The editing also plays a crucial role in the way the film builds suspense. During the early stages of the crisis, the cuts are often rapid, with characters moving quickly between different parts of the lift and interacting with one another. This mirrors the characters' initial panic and disarray as they scramble to understand the situation and formulate a plan. As the story progresses, the editing slows down, reflecting the growing emotional depth of the characters and their shift from chaos to cooperation. Cross-cutting is another editing technique used effectively in the film. During key moments, the film cuts between the characters inside the skylift and their families or loved ones outside, heightening the emotional stakes. These crosscuts serve to remind the audience of the personal stakes involved, creating a sense of connection between the characters' internal struggles and the larger world beyond the elevator. This technique also adds depth to the characters, giving the audience a glimpse into their lives outside the lift and the relationships that drive their actions. The use of visual effects in Lift 2024 is both subtle and impactful. While the film is primarily focused on character-driven drama, the special effects team works behind the scenes to enhance the tension without overshadowing the story. The lift's malfunction is depicted with a combination of practical effects and CGI, seamlessly blending the two to create a realistic and immersive experience. The visual effects team also uses CGI to heighten moments of danger, such as when the lift's cables snap or when the characters are subjected to sudden jolts or drops. These effects are designed to keep the audience on edge, reinforcing the film's sense of danger and unpredictability. Camera movement is another crucial element in shaping the viewer's experience. The film frequently employs handheld shots during moments of intense action, making the audience feel as though they are inside the lift with the characters. The shaky, unstable camera movement mimics the emotional turbulence of the characters, giving the viewer a visceral experience of the chaos and danger unfolding on screen. Conversely, the filmmakers use steady, controlled camera movements during quieter moments, allowing the audience to connect with the characters on a more intimate level. The pacing of the film is carefully calibrated to maintain suspense while also allowing for emotional moments of reflection. The filmmakers understand the delicate balance between action and character development, never letting the action sequences overwhelm the emotional depth of the story. The pacing keeps the audience engaged, constantly shifting between moments of intense action and quiet introspection, ensuring that the film never loses its emotional impact. The film's box office production is also a testament to the filmmakers' understanding of the market and audience expectations. With a relatively modest budget compared to big blockbuster productions, Lift 2024 relies on its smart use of resources, focusing on strong character development, a tight narrative, and innovative filmmaking techniques rather than expensive spectacle. This approach has paid off, as the film's ability to resonate emotionally with audiences has contributed to its commercial success. By relying on practical effects, tight editing, and immersive sound design, the filmmakers have created a high-quality film that feels larger than life without the need for excessive CGI or extravagant set pieces. Despite its modest budget, the film has exceeded box office expectations, thanks to its broad appeal and engaging storytelling. The film's success demonstrates that audiences are increasingly drawn to character-driven narratives that balance suspense with emotional depth. Lift 2024 has proven that you don't need a massive budget or flashy effects to create a truly impactful cinematic experience. In conclusion, Lift 2024 stands as a prime example of how effective filmmaking techniques can transform a simple premise into a gripping, emotionally charged experience. Through its use of cinematography, sound, editing, and production design, the filmmakers have created a world that feels both claustrophobic and expansive, thrilling and emotionally resonant. The seamless integration of these techniques not only enhances the film's atmosphere but also deepens the audience's connection to the characters, ensuring that Lift 2024 is an unforgettable cinematic journey. In Lift 2024, the ensemble cast brings life to the story with their impressive performances, drawing the audience deeper into the world of the malfunctioning elevator. The film is packed with a mix of seasoned actors and fresh faces, each contributing unique qualities to their respective roles. Behind the scenes, interviews with the cast provide fascinating insights into their creative processes and the challenges they faced while working on this intense, high-pressure thriller. The collaboration between cast and crew is one of the film's standout features, and the audience's reviews only further attest to the powerful performances that helped make Lift 2024 a success. From the very first moments on set, the cast was fully immersed in their roles. The main character, played by a well-known actor with a reputation for his gripping performances, delivers an intense portrayal of a man struggling with a sense of responsibility and the overwhelming pressure to save the others trapped inside the lift. This actor is no stranger to psychological thrillers, and his experience shines through as he navigates the emotional and physical challenges of being confined in the lift. His portrayal of a man pushed to his limits resonates with the audience, evoking empathy and tension throughout the film. In an interview, the actor shared how he prepared for the role, discussing the psychological toll the character undergoes. He revealed that he spent hours working with the director to understand the inner workings of his character, focusing on the fear, anxiety, and decision-making that would come with being in such a dire situation. I had to think about what it would feel like to be trapped with strangers, with no way out, the actor explained. It wasn't just about the physicality of being stuck in the elevator, but about the mental strain. I wanted to show how a person's mind can crack under pressure, and I think that's what made it so compelling to play. The actor's attention to detail paid off, as his performance is one of the film's most praised aspects. His ability to show vulnerability while simultaneously exuding a sense of leadership makes his character's journey one of personal growth and self-discovery. The audience connects with him not just because of the life-or-death situation he faces, but because of his internal battle to maintain control and sanity. Opposite him, the lead female character is portrayed by a rising star who brings a quiet intensity to the role. Her character is one of the more complex in the film, a woman with a hidden past who is forced to confront her fears and secrets while trapped in the lift. In an interview, she opened up about the process of preparing for her role. This character is really interesting because she starts off very closed off, but as the situation escalates, you start to see her unravel, the actress explained. I wanted to show that vulnerability without making her seem weak. She's strong, but in a different way. She has to learn how to deal with her own trauma while trying to stay calm for the others. The actress' performance is nothing short of captivating. She plays the character with a mix of toughness and emotional depth, embodying the internal conflict that defines her journey. Her chemistry with the rest of the cast, particularly the lead actor, is electric. The two share several tense, emotionally charged scenes, and the palpable tension between them keeps the audience on edge. Their performances complement each other beautifully, making the viewer root for them both as they navigate the claustrophobic environment and the mounting danger. The supporting cast, made up of talented character actors, also contributes to the film's success. Each character trapped in the lift brings something different to the table, whether it's the anxious businessman, the resourceful engineer, or the optimistic teenager. In interviews, the supporting cast spoke about the camaraderie on set and how their performances were shaped by the film's unique premise. There's a real sense of collaboration in a film like this, one supporting actor shared. We were all stuck in that lift together, and that kind of situation naturally brought us closer as a cast. The tension you see on screen was very real, but it came from our shared experience. What's particularly notable is how the supporting characters are not just background players. Each one has a personal stake in the situation, and their arcs, though smaller, are impactful. The film explores how people from different walks of life react under pressure, making the story feel grounded in reality. The ensemble cast gives a layered, nuanced portrayal of human nature in extreme circumstances, which is one of the film's key strengths. From a production standpoint, the cast's collaboration extended beyond their performances. Behind the scenes, the cast and crew worked together to ensure that every scene felt as authentic as possible. The confined set of the lift created a unique challenge for everyone involved, as the actors had to deal with not only physical constraints but also the emotional challenges of being in such a high-pressure environment for long hours. The director explained that they were all in it together, as the claustrophobic space forced them to be constantly engaged with one another. We wanted the audience to feel that intensity, and that meant that we needed to feel it too, the director said in a candid interview. There were times when the tension between the actors was so real that it almost felt like we were living the story. The behind-the-scenes dynamics also played a significant role in creating the film's immersive atmosphere. The crew worked tirelessly to create a lift set that felt both realistic and claustrophobic. The set was built with meticulous attention to detail, ensuring that the actors were able to interact with their environment in a way that felt natural. The cast often spoke about how the set itself added to the performance, making it easier to stay in character and heighten the tension. It wasn't just about the script or our performances, it was about everything coming together, one cast member explained. The set, the lighting, the sound, It all added to the sense of being trapped. It made it so much easier to get into the right headspace. As the film neared its release, early audience screenings began to provide valuable feedback. Viewers were captivated by the performances, with many praising the way the characters' emotions were brought to life. "I couldn't take my eyes off the screen," one reviewer wrote. "The actors' chemistry was incredible. You could really feel the desperation and fear, but also the hope that kept them going." Another audience member remarked on the film's emotional depth, saying, "I thought this was going to be just a thriller, but it turned out to be so much more." The characters' personal journeys really added layers to the story. It was about survival, yes, but also about healing and confronting your past. Critics also took note of the film's strong character-driven narrative. Lift 2024 is a perfect example of how a simple premise can be elevated with the right cast, one critic wrote. "The performances are extraordinary, and the way the characters evolve in such a high-pressure environment is nothing short of brilliant." The film is not just about the physical danger, they're also battling their own fears and insecurities. One of the most touching aspects of the audience's reaction was the sense of connection they felt to the characters. Many viewers described the film as a meditation on human resilience and the importance of facing one's demons. "It's a film that stays with you long after you leave the theater," a reviewer shared. "It's about how we're all capable of more than we think, and how we can come together when things get tough." The film's reception at the box office reflected the positive reviews and word-of-mouth praise. It quickly became a sleeper hit, surpassing initial expectations and drawing in viewers who were eager to see the compelling performances and emotional depth. The film's success can be attributed to the way it resonated with audiences on a personal level. Its ability to explore universal themes of fear, survival, and redemption through the lens of a thrilling, high-stakes scenario. In the end, Lift 2024 proves that a movie's success is often built on more than just action or spectacle. The film's impact comes from the authenticity of its characters and the emotional depth of the performances. As the cast and crew reflect on the journey, it's clear that the film's true strength lies in the collaborative effort that brought it to life, an effort that resonated deeply with audiences and will continue to do so for years to come. As we reach the end of our deep dive into Lift 2024, let's take a moment to recap the major points that have made this film stand out as one of the most talked-about releases of the year. From its brilliant cast to its intense setting, and from its unforgettable performances to the gripping narrative, Lift 2024 is a movie that has captivated audiences and critics alike. At the heart of this cinematic experience is the performance of the lead actor, whose portrayal of a man trapped in a malfunctioning lift is nothing short of mesmerizing. His vulnerability, determination, and emotional depth resonate deeply with viewers, making his journey one of personal growth, struggle, and triumph. Alongside him, the lead female character, played by a rising star, brings a sense of emotional complexity that enhances the story. Both actors share an incredible chemistry, bringing authenticity and emotional weight to their roles. The ensemble cast is another key strength of the film. Each supporting character adds their own layer of intrigue, from the anxious businessman to the resourceful engineer, all of whom face their own personal battles while trying to survive the ordeal. Together, they create a dynamic group trapped in a confined space, and the film brilliantly explores how different people react under extreme pressure. Their performances, full of intensity and nuance, elevate the film to a level of realism that draws the audience in, making them feel every emotion, every moment of tension. Behind the scenes, the collaborative effort of the cast and crew is evident in every frame of the film. The confined set of the lift was an intense challenge for everyone involved, but the crew worked tirelessly to create an atmosphere that would make the audience feel like they were trapped right alongside the characters. The set, lighting, sound, and cinematography all work in perfect harmony to enhance the sense of claustrophobia and the emotional stakes of the story. The challenges faced by the cast and crew, including the physical and psychological demands of shooting in such a confined space, only added to the authenticity of the film. As we've explored, the film is not just about the physical struggle of survival. It's also about the internal battles the characters face. The film touches on universal themes of fear, trauma, and the resilience of the human spirit. The characters' emotional journeys are just as significant as the thriller aspects of the plot, making Lift 2024 a deeply moving film that goes beyond mere entertainment. The symbolism woven throughout the story, particularly the lift itself as a metaphor for the characters' emotional states, adds depth to the narrative, turning what could have been a simple survival thriller into a complex psychological journey. From a filmmaking perspective, the techniques used in Lift 2024 are what truly bring the story to life. The careful editing, precise sound design, and skillful camera work all work in tandem to immerse the viewer in the intense atmosphere of the lift. Each shot is crafted to enhance the tension, using the confined space to its fullest advantage. The sound, in particular, plays a crucial role in building suspense, with every creak of the lift and every moment of silence heightening the tension. In terms of its impact, the film has been met with overwhelmingly positive reviews. Audiences have praised the film for its ability to combine heart-pounding suspense with emotional depth. The performances have been lauded for their authenticity, and the story's exploration of human nature under extreme pressure has struck a chord with viewers. The critical acclaim has also translated into box office success, proving that a film grounded in character and emotional storytelling can achieve both critical and commercial success. As we wrap up this analysis, it's clear that Lift 2024 is a film that will be remembered for years to come. It's a movie that challenges expectations, pushes the boundaries of what a thriller can be, and provides a compelling look at the human condition in the face of adversity. From its stunning performances to its thought-provoking themes, Lift 2024 is a film that leaves a lasting impression on anyone who watches it. But this isn't the end of the conversation. If you're someone who loves diving deep into the world of movies and uncovering the hidden layers that make them so special, then you're in the right place. There's always more to explore, whether it's another thrilling film like Lift 2024, a deeper analysis of cinematic techniques, or a look into the fascinating stories behind the making of your favorite movies. So, if you haven't already, make sure to hit that subscribe button and join our community of movie lovers who enjoy thoughtful, in-depth analysis and discussion. We've got plenty more content on the way, with deep dives into new releases, critical breakdowns of classic films, and insightful commentary on the themes that make cinema so powerful. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. It really helps us out and lets us know that you're enjoying our content. Your support means the world to us, and it keeps us motivated to continue exploring the world of film with you. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Until then, keep watching, keep analyzing, and keep appreciating the art of cinema.